I'm grilling up what I consider the original veggie burger, the Portabella mushroom, this time filled with flavor with a pesto stuffing. Let me show you how I do it. So of course we have our Portobello mushrooms, and for the stuffing I'm actually using fresh breadcrumbs from some English muffins, along with some pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, and of course lots of fresh basil mixed in with a little bit of olive oil. Alright, let's put this all together. Alright, so what I've done so far is get a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper into our bowl, and we're just going to rub that around. I also have a crushed garlic clove that I'm kind of mashing in there as well, just to get a little bit of garlic flavor on those mushroom caps. And now I'm going to just give that sort of a turn through, clean hands, and get it all coated over. Do that to both of them, and then we'll move on to our stuffing. Okay, so what I've done next is just prepared our stuffing by taking one of our English muffins and really just giving it a really rough dice. I'm going to throw it in that same bowl that we threw the Portabella mushrooms in, and we had rubbed that bowl with some garlic and then put some olive oil, salt, and pepper in there. I'm going to do the same thing, a little bit more olive oil, toss these around, and get these on a grill in an oven-safe pan to let them toast up. As they start to toast, I'll also add our pine nuts to make sure those are nice and toasty, and then we'll finish putting all that stuffing together off of the heat. Alright, the pine nuts and stuffing has toasted nicely, and now I'm going to start our portabellas. And key step here, start them stem side down. Okay, we'll finish up our stuffing. Our breadcrumbs have cooled a little bit. I have about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, along to our quarter cup of pine nuts, and our one English muffin that became our fresh breadcrumbs. And now I'm going to go with a nice rough chop of basil to give it a lot more bulk. Now once it grills, this basil might lose a bit of its color, but the taste and flavor will all be there, which is just fine. So typically we like to nest all of these together, give them a little bit of a roll up and a nice slice through, get a bit of a julienne going, and then we'll give it a little bit more of a chop. I would say anywhere between 2 to 3 tablespoons of roughly chopped basil. That's looking really good. And we'll just mound this up. Once we flip those portabellas over, we'll fill that underside, that stem side, with this stuffing, and it'll be just delicious. Okay, our portabellas are looking ready to flip, and this little guy is flattened out. We may not have so much success in stuffing him, but this other one's looking really good. And so now that we're on the stem side, we're just going to pile our stuffing sort of in that cavity. Put as much in there as possible. And we're going to put the lid back on and let that Parmesan cheese kind of sink in. And then we're going to top it with some additional cheese. I have some slices of mozzarella, and it'll actually seal all of that stuffing right inside. Okay, I think we're on the home stretch here. It's been a couple minutes. Our stuffing has sort of sunk in, and we're going to seal up that stuffing with just a nice slice of mozzarella cheese over top. Really seal it in. This is a great time to toast any hamburger buns. I'm using another sourdough English muffin. I think these things are great. And I think I'm just going to leave one open-faced off the bun and one on for you all to see. Just a couple more moments. Totally delicious. Alright, these are looking terrific. The cheese has melted and sealed all of our stuffing, and they're just looking really great. So let's give you a couple of ideas. You could certainly just serve this sort of open-faced, and maybe I would end that with just maybe a nice slice of basil over top to let the person eating it know that there's some basil in it. And then as for our other one here, let's go ahead and do it up a little bit like a burger. So we'll put that on our English muffin, transfer that over here. And I have a couple slices of tomato. That looks really good to me. Maybe a little bit more salt and pepper just over the top. And I still like the idea of those basil leaves. So maybe 1 or 2 more leaves of basil. Oh, that just looks awesome. Grilled portobellos with pesto stuffing. I hope you try this recipe at home, and I hope you enjoy.